Hello, I'm Mike of Near Enough Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. We're going to do this again. This is a single stage takeoff rocket, which theoretically, and in fact I've demonstrated this, it can go into space and come back. And so theoretically I should be able to do suborbital hops, like land over here, which is a mere, 60 odd clicks away. I think I just set my target to something stupid. Let's get rid of that. There you go. Yeah, so it's 66 kilometers away to the west, and I failed last time, and I'm thinking I failed last time because I went too shallow. I should have gone really much more as if I was going to go to orbit, and only start thinking about landing at the place while I'm over there. So in other words, because I spent too much of my time underneath, like 10,000 feet, 10,000 meters, I spent too much time fighting the atmosphere as opposed to just, going along. So let's try this again. Thrust to weight ratio is really quite low to begin with, actually. I wonder if it's all the ladders I added. So I'm going to do more of a standard orbit, which is get to 50 kilometers a second, 50 meters a second. 50 kilometers a second would be quite a lot. 50 meters a second. Pitch over a bit, only I'm going to go west instead of east. West being that way on your screen. And really only pitch about 5 degrees. And then more or less follow the prograde. I'm actually going to be going a bit early. So basically, I've actually now switched to prograde. So hopefully, I will gradually tip over as things go. I'm going slightly north. I want to go slightly south. Seeing if I can push the slightly to the south. It might be something I can fix later on, but I'm not sure. Don't need Kerbal arm clock at the moment. Get rid of that. Still running out of delta V rather faster than I think I should be. I'm way too shallow. I should be like pointing this way. Okay. So it might be that actually I can't just say point prograde. I need to be a bit more active in where I'm pointing the craft. And I wonder if I'm not about to get unstable. Yeah, I am way too flat. Yeah. Which is interesting. That's the exact opposite of my usual problem. Normally, my flights are too shallow. All right, I think I need to be a bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna end up doing much the same thing. Right, in fact, I'm just going to revert to launch. Just going to revert to launch. So, okay, letting the ship decide where it's going is a bad idea. That doesn't help. So turn on SES, turn on SES. Come on, wake up. There we go. Throttle go. Oop. I'm zooming out purely because otherwise it gets very loud. Also, you can see that my computer is running quite slowly, which is probably not helping. So we're just going to have another go at this. A lot of it's going to be just learning how to make this thing work. I'm wondering if this might not be the time to actually put together a flight computer and a launch profile, because I may not be able to do it properly by eye. It is interesting. I think some of this might be down to a relatively low thrust to weight ratio, whereas I'm more used to things that have quite a high thrust to weight ratio. And thus the issue becomes having a flight profile that's too steep, whereas here I've got one that if I let it alone will become too shallow, and I'm not quite used to what to do with that. I also notice that this does tend to drift towards the north, and given I want to go to the south, that's not a good thing. So we're going to keep going at this angle for a little bit. I'm also going to go to my waypoint manager and activate that. Go a little bit more to the south if I can. Yeah, let's keep on this trajectory for a little bit. Man, I have no idea how I got this thing into space last time. And you can see that the trajectory is coming, even though I'm pointing this way, the prograde vector is still a lot lower. So I'm having to do a lot of work just to keep myself pointing the direction I want to be pointing in. What I'm hoping, I think I may even have to completely abandon this notion. I thought it would be a nice obvious thing just to build, well, I'm flattening out a lot now. Well, actually, no. I'm actually around about the point where I want to be at 45 degrees. So it's more or less where I want to be. A quick look. Yeah, this is not. Now I am now above the very thick part of the atmosphere. Oh, I think I'm. Chucking RCS on. I wonder if I should have turned my gears off. Very unstable. Right. Let's turn off RCS. Yeah, we have become very unstable. I got a little bit. I think I'm going to end up a little bit further than I was, maybe, but I'm probably going to lose. Wow. Looks like space airplanes might be the way to go. I don't know whether it's simply the fact that I'm trying to go the other way around, so I'm losing the benefit of I'm losing the benefit of going with the rotation of Kerbal. So is that knocking off sufficiently large amounts from my delta V, or at least am I thus spending sufficiently large amounts of delta V to cause me problems? Is there too much drag? Is there not enough drag? I mean, it's clearly wanting to point the opposite way. So I'm wondering where my center of mass is. My center of mass may have gone wonky because the amount of fuel that I've used. So I may now have a situation where this is the heavy bit and this is not the heavy bit. Which would be kind of interesting. So this comes a point where aerodynamically, the heavy bit ends up going in front, which is what's coming, which is what is happening here. And I guess because you essentially, as I understand it, as you zoom in the craft, what you're zooming what you're zooming in on is the center of mass, and you can see that that's quite far forwards. Let's turn off SDS. I also wonder whether I should possibly do clever things and turn off pitch. These things here, decide whether or not they're using pitch and yaw. Because I think there's an issue where if you have wings, if you have your wings like this, where we have them in that, where you have 4 of them like that, and they all are set to do pitch and roll and yaw, that starts to interfere, and you start having to balance one. If you try and use pitch, then you'll also roll, and you'll also yaw, which can make aiming at particular places kind of difficult. Well, I think I did slightly better than last time. I've actually got closer to halfway there, but I think I'm going to have to start making. Certainly to get to there, I'm going to have to make a space plane. I wonder though, because flying, I have flown all the way to the pole. It just took a long time. It was really irritating. So I can probably fly there in a plane. I can probably fly there in a plane. It's just going to be annoying to do so. And I was kind of hoping that being able to go suborbital would help in that, but it would appear not. Right, so these are going to go when the altitude is 3,000 above the terrain. And I'm actually currently going too fast to really want to operate my main chutes. Right. And I believe some of them are queued to open at 2,000 meters. So some of them have already opened. Yeah, so that's them fully opening. And they're going to go at 1,000 meters. And then I'm going to start thinking about whether I need to do a powered descent. Oh, okay, so these green ones have fully deployed. These yellow ones haven't fully deployed. Oh, that's interesting. That's about to happen because we're about to hit 1,000 meters. And we'll see how that's going to slow us down. So just under 12 meters a second. Let's put our gears out. I wonder if I'm wondering if the drag from the gears could have been enough to make my life difficult. Hard to tell. So I'm just going to speed our way down. I mean, in all likelihood, we're in fact just fine and dandy for landing. I think 12 meters a second, 11 meters a second will break the landing gear, but I don't really care that much about the landing gear. But I might as well make the trip as gentle as possible. There you go. That was pretty good. That worked out right. Let's see if there's any science worth doing. Might as well get might as well get a surface sample. Can I get my surface sample from all the way up here? Yes, I can. That makes absolutely zero sense, but what the hell? Well, there you go. It's looking like this particular idea isn't going to work. Either I need to completely rethink how I'm flying, like completely rethink how I'm flying, or I just need to go back to aeroplanes. The only problem with aeroplanes is they take forever to get there, and they're kind of dull for me. But there you go, 2.3 science earned. Look at that. We do get most of those. How much? Just out of idle curiosity, see how much money I've spent on that. So that's, I got 77931 back. No XP gains for anybody, and I'll just clicked the wrong thing. I did not mean to click that. I clicked the wrong thing. I meant to click the launch pad and just see how much, not actually launch it, but just see how much it will cost to launch that mission that I just launched, and see how much monies I actually spent. Because I mean, all I spent was fuel, which is fine. And I do have 11 million Kerbal bucks, so it's not that much of a problem. Menu, where are we? S, there we go. So that costs me 85,310. So it's cost me about 8,000-ish to launch that and then land and not achieve anything. So there you go. Well, I may have to think about things. I may have to send out a space plane instead of anything else. If I remember correctly, I'm going to have to make sure that this has got the parachutes done properly, because I seem to call the problem is the parachutes are all in wonky places. So that's what I may have to do to go get those anomalies. So anyway, until then, thanks very much for watching. Please hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit me on afterdice@afterdice.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Find us there. And until next time, reach for the stars.